And welcome back, everybody. You're joining us for the final game of tonight for Week 1, Day 2 of the Mobafire Challenger Series. I am EGA to your feed, and my co-caster for the whole night has been Rapid Casting. And man, what a night of games we've had today.
I don't even, where do I start? Game number one is Complexity versus Epic, so a rematch of the Epic MLG Grand Finals for League of Legends. It was just incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Going into game number two, I mean, I'll let you just handle that one because that was just as incredible.
Yeah, Team Summon versus Aware. There was like no air for me to breathe as the fights were just raging on across that map. And then just explain the last Epic game and comeback of Wasabi Gaming from that last game.
How do you explain something that is just absolutely mind-boggling? Literally, you had a 6-0 Renekton at like the 10-minute mark. He was just rampaging across the map. He couldn't do anything, but he built extremely tanky, so there wasn't really all that much damage. And Wasabi just did such a good job. They never, ever fought straight up. They were always split pushing. There was a point in time where they were down like 10,000 gold and then simultaneously took Dragon and 3 turrets. At TDTV, they had an epically great early advantage. They pushed in, they took down a total of 6 inhibitors that game, but Wasabi just held on, did not give up without a fight. Manly defenses and great job carrying things out. Nothing here at 9-1 over the course of that game. Wasabi with one of the most epic comebacks I have ever seen. It took them 50 minutes, but they finally won out the game. Absolutely amazing. And that's going to take us to our last game of the evening. It's going to be Curse Academy going up against RXG.
Yeah, and for if anybody who just is joining us right now, that last game was phenomenal with Wasabi coming out ahead. And stay tuned for another epic game coming up, Curse Academy, as you just said, versus Reality Check Gaming. And it's going to be another phenomenal game. And yeah, looks like we have everybody in the lobby. Let's say that we're ready to go and get on with it. As we do have also a little bit of a roster change with I Will Dominate stepping away, going to be becoming the coach for Curse Academy, and Captain Trans stepping up for the new jungler.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of interesting to kind of follow the story of Curse Academy. When you're looking at sort of their early phase of their team, you're like, okay, well, this team has a lot of promise, changed around their lineup a lot, and even with I Will Dominate now leaving, we were looking for Cloud Titus to come in as their jungler, but Captain Trans stepped up. This guy has a lot of experience. He was actually on Daddy Agent's Daycare.
Oh, yes.
Almost qualified for a couple of IEMs. One of the most stacked teams had a bunch of players who were too young to join LCS. He's actually in that category. I think he's only 16 right now, so he's coming in to Curse Academy along with a lot of other either underage or ineligible team members, and they're doing work against some of the best teams in the business. We are into picks and bans here for Curse Academy going up against RXG. That's Reality Check Gaming. They're going to be coming in here with a Thresh, Ryze, Elise, and Twisted Fate. That means that we don't have a Draven, we don't have a Nunu, and we don't have a Jayce ban. One of those champions is getting through.
Yeah, and what I always notice with Curse Academy is if Curse Academy keeps Altec alive and if he does not die during the game, they end up winning the game. That's how it always goes. It went like that with the Rising Stars. It went with that through the MSG Anaheim qualifiers. If he didn't die, they won the game, and obviously they qualified. So he rarely ever died in those qualifiers. So he's a phenomenally mechanically good player on Curse Academy. And now we're going to see Zyra and Nunu get banned out for the final bans. So Zyra getting targeted down at Bubba.
Yeah, targeting that out. I mean, you can't really argue too much about the Zyra ban. The only problem I have is that, like I mentioned, first pick Jayce. You can't let that go through. Where's the Draven pick? I can almost promise you we're seeing Draven here.
Could potentially see Draven. Could see Vayne as well. Vayne is a very highly contested AD carry some of the time, unless she's banned out, and at this point she's not. So you said Draven, highly picked as well. We'll see what they do with that one, as Jayce is going to be locked for first pick. You just noticed that. Where do you think that's going to go? Mid or top?
It's going to go into the enemy nexus, colliding at Mach speeds for an instant victory. I mean, Draven, not Draven, but Jayce, really, really strong right now. There's going to be a Kennen locked in, Evelyn as well. Ooh, Evelyn. This is going to be our first Evelyn of the day, I believe. A very, very strong jungler.
Yeah, the build that you usually see people go is that Spirit of the Elder Lizard into a Leandri's Torment, and then you get Sork Shoes, you get some magic penetration, and you're pretty much set to go for the rest of the game, and you just dish out tons of damage. But there's the Draven that you were just talking about. Now, Altec's going to be playing that one most likely, unless they bring it somewhere else. You can see lane swaps going down, and leaves possibly support, mid. Don't want to give away the mid just yet. Don't want to give the jungle just yet, apparently. So they're going to pick up most likely the bot lane.
And there's the Draven, man. I mean, we were talking about it. It's Nunu, Draven, and Jayce. You're going to see every single one of those in every single games, I can promise you. If you get all three of those champions on one team, I mean, as a caster, I would close my eyes and start saying some words for about 5 minutes until the game ended. So, I mean, this is a pretty stacked lineup here already for Curse Academy, not to mention having one of the fastest victories here in MCS over the course of their first game.
Yeah, that was a very impressive game by them. And showing that the roster change not affecting them too much, as Captain Tran is a fitting fill for them. And now we're going to have Reality Check hovering over, looks like Caitlyn or Sona for them, and they might be picking up their 80 carry to counteract this Draven lane, which is fairly hard to do, because when he gets those axes twirling, it's kind of hard to deal with them.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to watch out for right now is the last couple of picks. We've seen very strong picks across the board, but we still have a lot on the line. Top lane and jungle both left to be picked out, and this is going to be very kind of ambiguous because there's a lot of exchangeability between those two lanes.
Yeah, and Misfortune Fiddlesticks picked up, so we could see middle fiddle or support fiddle like we see MIA play all the time from Complexity. And yeah, now we have Zach being hovered over. He's been a predominantly strong jungler from what we've seen so far, especially after that last game with Saudi Gaming. He went into that back line, messed them up, put him in a little bit of a chaotic state with that less bounce, as well as a knockout from Slingshot slow, and then percentage damage coming out from that W. So we could see him once again.
All right, so I think with the last pick here, could actually be a top lane Zach. I mean, we've seen that before. The only problem I'm having out of at least the picks so far is that we really need to see a solid top lane to deal with this Kennen. Kennen, one of the strongest, and that may actually be why we see Jayce up there with the Rumble. That could actually go top or mid.
Ooh. Lee Sin? Captain Tran? Oh, no, Jarvan, okay. I was interested to see Lee Sin. I wanted to see how Captain Tran could play that one in the jungle if they took that one there. So, most likely going to be top Rumble and mid Jayce from that aspect, unless they switch it up. I don't know what they're going to do just yet as we wait for Reality Check to pick their final pick. What do you think they're missing? They could send Kennen mid, they could send him top. What would they like to pick up more? Oh, you know what I noticed? Renekton. Renekton isn't anywhere.
That's actually a really good point. Renekton, one of the top monsters of the lane. We've seen him banned out, especially against like Mega Zero earlier on. Actually incredibly strong in the previous series. So going into this one, I can't help but think that they're looking for that top pick to counter out either Jayce or Rumble. What are they going to go for? They need something very versatile.
Very versatile. We could see Jax coming up. We could see Kayle. We could see Malphite as well. He could go teleport, could go ignite. He'll have a lot of roaming potential. He'll be able to use that unstoppable force. And the time is ticking away. They have to make their decision fairly soon because they are bringing that MF 80 carry. And it looks like they're going to go with the Kayle. So they're going to have Kennen top lane most likely. And Kayle is going to be going for that mid.
Actually kind of interesting. And so going with a Kayle, like I mentioned, versatility, it's definitely there. Kayle can lane pretty well against Kennen. I think the biggest thing to note is that when you look for the engage, it's most likely going to be Kennen going in there. Kayle ultimate's going to be pretty strong, but when you see that onto X Shepherd, you have to kind of wonder if that's where it's going to stay. He is traditionally their AP mid, so he actually plays a little bit of everything in every single lane. So actually kind of watch out for this, because we're gonna have solo lanes in solo lanes. I gotta say, looking for I don't know, maybe some interesting engage tactics. They do have that support Fiddlesticks, which we've already seen be pretty successful here today.
Yeah, it's been really strong from what we've seen, and that fear always a threat, especially against no one with cleanse, as I said earlier today as well. And Altec is going to be running that barrier, so he's going to go for those trades that are most favorable for him and be able to generate a little bit of damage. But that bot lane is going to be really strong. I kind of want to see how well Rux is going to play against this Kennen, if it is up there, or if he's going to be up against Kayle.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they decide to round this out. When you look at the entire lineups, look at Curse Academy. Not only do they have incredibly strong picks, they have crazy strong engage. The Jarvan combo with a Rumble on top of it is just ridiculous. You're going to trap people in a small area and throw a Rumble ultimate on there and just say, burn, baby, burn, take the damage, and well, what they do with it is up to them, but probably it's going to be a lot of dying because you're going to be able to combine things with a very safe situation for Draven just to go completely mental on the entire fight. Over on Reality Check, what are you actually seeing from them?
I'm seeing a lot of really good engage. They have that Evelyn to lead the front, they have that Kennen to lead front, and they have the Crowstorm from Fiddlesticks if he wants to initiate with that one as well. And they have decent follow-up with the ability of Kayle to burst. They have the Bullet Storm coming out from... the Bullet Time, coming out from Misfortune. And Evelyn, just a fairly sneaky jungler overall. She comes in stealth in that lane, you don't have a pink ward, you're pretty much going to die unless you have to... or be forced to burn a summoner.
Yeah, definitely a very, very high kill pressure there. But the biggest thing when you look at, I don't know, the way the game is going to go, it's very different phases. Early game, the jungle invades. Captain Tran, Curse Academy, they love to go for a lot of early aggression. They are also equally capable of playing passively, and Evelyn is really the X factor. If she goes off, it's just chaos amongst the lanes. She's sort of like the new age Shaco.
Yep, and we are heading into about 1 minute and 20 seconds in this spectator delay, so we're going to run a quick set of ads before we go in with this one, and you will be back with Reality Check versus Curse Academy, so sit tight. And welcome back, everybody. We're heading into that loading screen right now with both of the teams being Curse Academy versus Reality Check Gaming. This is going to be one hell of a last game for us to show. Both of these teams are really good, and I am EG to your feed, and joining me is Rapid Casting.
Ready to get things underway for our last match of the day, and one that actually could be one of the best so far, although I gotta say, after Wasabi Gaming versus TDTV, I don't know how you're gonna trump that.
Yeah, that was an excellent comeback from Wasabi, showing great resolve to hold through and not give up at any point, and then pulled off for them. They got that Baron, pushed it through, but that game is over, and we're heading into this one now as everybody is finally loaded in, and we will get this game underway.
Alright, looking at the loading screen, we're going to see X-Shepherd there. We're going to grab the Battleborn Kayle. I'm really kind of looking to see what he's going to do with that traditionally in the mid lane, but like we said, solo lanes are solo lanes, and we are into the game. So if you guys are just now joining us, do want to welcome you to the final game of Day 2 here in the MCS Mobafire Challenger Series. Hope you guys have enjoyed the game, because this is shaping up to be a pretty epic confrontation.
Yep, and we are going to have everybody just getting to their spots as I try to fix the logos once again because they don't fit just right, and I will get that done.
Alright, well, looking at both teams trying to go in for their invades, kind of chilling out around the Wraith camp. Got Jayce, Pobelter, Rux, and Altec all there in that bush. A lot of damage, but 5 members strong here around the corner. Janna kind of extending into the lane, but this could be a bad bush to walk into.
Yeah, but it looks like Panzer Dragon is going to get caught out here. Force the flash. The Ignite is on him on that one. And First Blood is going to go to Altec, but they're going back in. Tofu Shift is going down. He's going to try to flash in. Gets exhausted. Ignite's going to go down. Atomic is going to pick up that kill for himself. Fragmented with a double up, getting a double kill with that one. Fragmented's not done yet. He's trying to get Atomic End right now. Pops the barrier. Try to get it. There's the Crow coming out. It's not enough damage, though. And they go 3 for 2 in the most intense... what is that, minute of the game? With 2 kills going to Fragnetic and 2 kills going to Altec on that Draven, so that was pretty intense.
Wait, what? Okay, well, that's the first 2 minutes of the game. First minute and a half of the game, and incredibly action-packed. I mean, I told, did I not say this is going to be an action-packed game? All right. We're getting things going. 2 kills for both AD carries. They're going to walk into lane. A little bit of a different item choice in there. Double Doran's Blades versus a Vampiric Scepter and a Doran's Blade. So Draven, I mean, I'm liking that choice. Draven works very well with lifesteal just because his AD is naturally very high. So that bottom lane is going to be absolutely mental.
Yeah, and now they're going for that red buff as well. So we are going to be seeing as I am looking around the map. Panzer Dragon's going to secure that blue for himself. Red is going to go to Jarvan, and we could see a lot of early pressure going on to that top lane because of this.
Atomic N picked up, as a support, picked up a Doran's Ring when he went back to base. So that's actually very interesting because he already had 10 AP, and then the adding the Doran's on top of that is actually going to give him another 15 for 25 to start things out. We've seen AP Jannas, just haven't seen them with Doran's Rings.
Yeah, that's really interesting. He's going to be able to harass, I guess, a lot more, and his shields will be a little bit bigger, and we're going to see Altec abuse the advantage that he has. He started straight back with a Vampiric Scepter, so that's going to be so hard for the side of Reality checking that bot lane and fragmenting Bubba. There is the status line as well as the axis coming down. A lot of harass going to be applied to him. Bubba is going to be forced to chug away at those health potions, and Altec and Atomic N are going to show their dominance.
Remember we were talking about the trifecta of champions to ban out. In the top lane, we're looking at Captain Tran going in.
Yep, he's going to be able to get the knockup on that Lightning Rush as he does have the double buff. He's going to slow away Tofu Shift. He's going to try to turn around on this one, but there's Panzer Dragon to back him up. He's going to come in. There are the hate spikes coming out as well. He's going to be able to pick up the kill. Turn that one around. Has the slow from the red buff. The knockup's going to come out as well from Captain Tran. They're going to turn this turn as well around, and Tofu Shifts is going to pick up the kill on Captain Tran and get a double buff for himself, and that is an amazing start for them right there.
Double buffs up there in the top lane. To be honest, they could take that turret right now. They have enough damage, or at least to take it down very, very low. As is, we were talking about the X Factor. Evelyn making plays, going in for the double kill, evening things right back up. Reality Check Gaming. You guys may not know these players, but they're actually going to be seeing a lot more play in a lot of these up-and-coming challenger tournaments, and looking to make a name for themselves. They are doing an extremely good job. Everybody knows Curse Academy. Reality Check bringing things back, looking to, I don't know, have a pretty strong performance here. Bottom turret, though, under a lot of pressure.
Yep, those tornadoes you saw doing quite a bit of damage from Atomic N. It looks like he is has every ability right now. He's not focusing on maxing just yet as he's not at the level. We get that shield, a lot of harass coming out from Altec, and now we're going to look at the mid lane as Shepard does have Panzer Dragon looping around possibly with that double buff. Nope, not going to go in. They're just going to be able to walk right back out. Nothing too big, as there is a pink ward actually over there, so that would spot them out.
See, the lane actually doesn't exist anymore when you have double buffs to double Doran's Kennen. Like, doubles are pretty good no matter what sport you're playing. And against Rux, I just want to see like him start like crying physical tears of sadness, because this lane, Tofu Shift can literally just like click on him and he's gonna die.
Yeah, but there is the Flame Spitter as well as those Harpoons to come out. There's a stun coming out from that one, a little bit of red buff harass on top of it. And yeah, it's going to force a lot of pressure from Captain Tran here. He needs to bring Rux back into the laning.
Well, it's going to get help from Captain Tran, and so it's going to maybe even out the lane, although, to be honest, Evelyn going in bottom could turn this lane around as well.
Yep, and there's the fear as well to Altec. He does not have that cleanse. There's the red buff slowing him down. There's the exhaust as well with the barrier forced out. Altec is going to fall to Panzer Dragon. He's going to get the refresh on the speed. Oh, it looks like actually Shepard died up top, and Atomic N will be able to run away from that. So 1-for-1 globally, as looks like Atomic N got... Not Atomic N, Shepard got jumped on pretty hard there by Jayce.
Yeah, Jayce just popped on the go button. To be honest, it's actually a little bit of an overextension from X Shepard. As Kayle, you're always managing the speed game. Can you disengage fast enough? Can you walk away? Because you really rely on kiting and dealing ranged damage as Kayle. Jayce just said no. Jumped in with two of the skies, finished things off with a Thundering Blow, and a nice job there, taking it out. Kayle there in the mid lane. You'll notice the Summoner is burned, but a Flash just almost available. Key thing in that fight, it was down from that level 1.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate for him, but there was a lot of flashes and a lot of summoners burnt in that early game. So coming to effect in that late game as into that early game where they are still down on cooldown. So everybody using the advantage to their gain, especially that Evelyn up top of the double kill, as we saw before.
But we still do have the first 4 kills of the game that did wind up going to Curse Academy. So
Yeah.
we're still going to have a lot of strength. Double buffs are gone, so Rux is going to have a little bit of an easier time. But Kennen's still with a pretty dominant lane advantage and level advantage after that skills.
Yep, and we do actually see Evelyn right now being pretty aggressive. They do notice that she is over there. There is that pink ward there. Oh, they drove a pink ward of their own, so they're going to be able to counteract this one. So good job from Reality Check Gaming to take that one away.
Interesting to see lane dominance acquired kind of in that top lane. In the bottom lane, definitely kind of turning things around. Evelyn making her presence known across the map is 2, 1, and 3, being involved in all 5 of the kills so far. Has that straight up Spirit of the Elder Lizard at about the 6-minute mark. So this is going to be very, very fast clears, fast mobility across the map, and looking to exert a lot more pressure. So expect the game to speed up as soon as she gets done with her jungle.
Yep, and when she's at level 6 point as well, it's going to be a huge point for her. And yeah, you notice the Spirit of the Elder Lizard on her, going to be doing a lot of true damage with that one, and she just hit level 6 off of that Wolf Camp and going to get her blue or hand it off to X Shepherd. While in the bot lane, a lot of pushing coming out from Altec. Yeah,
we probably will just see it taken out there. Yeah, Panzer Dragon a little bit low on mana, and this is just going to allow him to keep the jungle ganks coming. Looking to go down to the bottom lane is level 6. It does have that ultimate, which is pretty much just CC, as it doesn't actually deal damage anymore. I'm being a little bit facetious, but it's not very high. Walking to the bottom lane, Pink Warden Bush.
Yep, you're going to activate that speaking and try to catch in with him. There's the ultimate coming out, hitting a topic again, going to slow him down just a little bit. Bubba is not in range to get that fear, so they will be able to run right out of that one. And a good play by Panzer Dragon, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, no flash is actually down there in the bottom lane burned. Fiddlesticks flash is still down once again from that level 1. But having things, I don't know, a little bit rough. Evelyn walking around the corner looking for the red buff or maybe some just advanced positioning.
Yeah, she might be trying to make a move onto that mid gank, but there is another pink ward here, so she will be spotted out. They're going to probably be pings on that fairly soon. Yep, there they are. And they're going to be like, alright, Evelyn's towards mid, just be careful. And sit back and try to farm as much as possible.
Hey, look at Jarvan, he's looking for a counter jungle there. Captain Tran trying to take the red buff away. Does have that smite available in 5 seconds, but Evelyn walking in is just going to be a little bit too late.
Yep, so fairly successful counter jungle from Captain Tran. He's going to notice the minions are attacking. They're going to ping on that one. And it doesn't look like X Shepherd is even going to motion and going towards that. Well, he does get jumped in on. Pobalt's going to try to chunk away at that one, but X Shepherd responded pretty well and chunked him back for it.
Panzer Dragon a little bit sad that he doesn't have that red buff anymore, but as is, Captain Tran, man, making his moves around the map. Has 2 deaths, but with tied CS and the buff advantage, actually going to be doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling pretty good after that one. He's going to, I don't know if he's going to be building towards the tanky route or the Spirit of the Elder Lizard route. We'll see where he goes with that one. Hopefully tanky, going to get that Spirit of the Ancient Golem and get this extra CDR and regen, while in the bot lane, it looks like they're just farming back and forth as I went all over the map, because the key bindings are all weird. But, yeah, Bubba up.
In the mid lane, Pobelter in a lot of trouble. Panzer Dragon and X Shepherd are going to take this one down pretty much for free. Once again, that Evelyn making her presence known.
Yep.
In the bottom lane, Bubba's up, going in, the ultimate, the fear, the drain comes out. Altec in a lot of trouble.
Yep, the exhaust is on him, the flash as well, auto attacks, barrier, force flash as well. He throws out the death axes for himself. We're not going to be able to allow them to dive on him, but they will ping onto Dragon now, so we could see Reality Check Gaming going for that one with how they just forced Altec back out of lane with Atomic N.
Yeah, bottom's going to disengage, so not a whole lot that they can do, and yeah, with all 4 members there around that Dragon, to be a pretty clear Dragon advantage there for Reality Check. It after that level 1 fight going 4-2, definitely brought it back, pick up a Dragon and a kill advantage of about 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it's going to be really good for them. They're going to go back and spend their gold, hopefully, as there's 1,600 on X Shepherd, almost 17. Going to be 1,300 on Evelyn, and Misfortune after using her bullet time on that one. Going to have 1,500 gold going back to base.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to notice is that ultimate coming down there, countered out there by the Kayle ultimate, keeping him safe, but forcing the flash. Misfortune was out of mana there in that last fight, and that would have been huge if she had been able to ult, but kind of turning things around, just, taking what they can get. And RXG, man, they're coming back in this, looking to kind of stop the mid push, or the push down the mid lane. X Shepherd going to be able to clear that up, though.
Yep, and now we have 3 members of Curse Academy coming to this mid lane. They really want to pressure this one and potentially go for a kill on Shepherd, but he does have his ultimate. Wouldn't be too smart. Captain trying to eat a little bit of damage. Panzer Dragon is there to try to deny them with this. There's the ultimate coming out. He's got a flash in, use those hate spikes, gets knocked back by Pobelter, and the Equalizer in response as well, slowing everybody down. Panzer Dragon is going to keep trying to chase. They got the Reckoning on top of Rux. He is going to eat a lot of damage, but whoa! He gets bursted completely by the Ignite and the Dragon Lance and Pobelter. So Panzer Dragon gets turned on and destroyed before X Shepherd's ulti was even up.
Yeah, I think his pants may have been a little bit too low as they were dragging the crown, and the middle turret will go down for that. Curse Academy taking out the first turret of the game.
Yep, and they're going to be happy with that one as they do even up the gold. Only a 200 differential, but that's never a big deal for any of these teams. And yeah, just going to have the top turret fall in response for Tofu Shift doing the right thing after Rumble Row.
Yep, so trading 1 turret for 1, that's still a global objective advantage for Reality Check. Let's say as Pobelter pushes down the middle lane, won't be able to take a turret, but at least denying some CS. Curse Academy had an advantage starting out the game, but overall the game looks incredibly even here about 10 minutes in.
Yep, and we're having everybody farm just a little bit. Altec is going to be a little bit ahead of Fragnatic, but up 15 right now, and Jayce is ahead of Kennen in that aspect as he was laning against Kayle. I thought he was going to be going top for that one, just switch that up. And yeah, we have Kennen in a huge advantage over Rumble as 31 CS is that differential, and yeah, just little bits of back and forth going on with these teams, trading turret for turret and Dragon for RXG. As we do have Bubba going into the lane right now. He had Evelyn following him up. Fragnatic was chasing that one after. Okay, stand aside is used. Actually, Jarvan is down there. Everybody is grouping up from this one. There's a crow store coming out from Bubba's up. They're going in onto Altec right now. It's going to do so much damage. Just a Monsoon disengaging for that one, but Panzer Dragon is there. Bullet time is there as well. And they are going to keep trying to chase onto these kills. Reckoning going to connect with Captain Tranda. Oh man, there is the Cataclysm going on to Panzer Dragon. He might actually end up taking a little bit of damage. Nope, gets the heal from Kayle and will be able to walk away with that one. And they're going to lose the turret. But in the mid lane, it looks like Jayce is not done with that one. He's going to try to push it in response to take a tier 2 in the mid lane, which is huge at this point in the game.
Yeah, one turret going down there. I actually think the push may continue here for RXG. In the top lane, you saw Kennen try to get that lane push, but I gotta say, all that action, this support Fiddlesticks is doing some next level work. I hope Lemon Nation's watching, because he would definitely be making him proud. But those ultimates, every single one of them just absolutely on point. You know, this sets red buff may not be long for this world, as X-Shepherd can go try to give it away to Frag.
Yep, and that'd be really good for him. There's a Ward of the Wall from Atomic Head. Ooh, I thought the Tornado was going to connect and take that one for himself. And they actually are catching out Pobelter right here. There's a lot of damage coming out from Panzer Dragon. Hate spikes rolling through and not going to be able to pick him up, but force the flash away from that one.
Alright, Pobelter going to head back to base. It's a 2-kill and 1 turret advantage. RXG going to take down the middle turret to follow. And I gotta say, this is some pretty impressive objective control roaming around the map. As a team, first team to group up usually gets the objectives, and that's exactly what RXG are doing.
Yeah, and that's what Curse Academy did too when they first took the tier 1 in the mid as well. But we are seeing a bit of an advantage in favor of Reality Check Gaming, so we'll see what each team does with the advantages that they get.
Alright, well, when you look towards the advantages that the teams have, we should probably go over those just kind of try to take a little bit of an overview. Dragon will be coming up. The previous Dragon did go over to RXG, so when you look for what they did afterwards, they went ahead and took 3 turrets. And so global advantages go their way, but individual advantages are still kind of there. Keep in mind the champion choices still haven't changed, and the team composition very, very important. I mean, they have Jayce, they have that Draven. Neither one of them really shut down at this point. That does leave them with a lot of opportunity to come back if they can just get the items that they need.
Yeah, and Panzer Dragon may try to run back to this top lane. There is a nicely placed pink ward that is about to die, unfortunately, so it will not spot out Panzer Dragon as he does avoid the vision as well. We will see if Rux ends up getting chased down for this one as Panzer Dragon is lurking away. They might try to make the move on this one while we do have Bubba actually on the side here. It gets spotted out by a pink ward as well. Not going to be able to do anything with that one, but we do still have Rumble up top. Gonna get flanked actually by Panzer Dragon. They're gonna go into this one. There is the Lightning Rush as well. The Slicing Maelstrom gonna come out. It doesn't look like it is. It's not gonna come out. Rux is just gonna end up dying here. Panzer Dragon's gonna pick up that kill. As we do have Bubba going in with Captain Tran, throwing out that crow. Gonna silence everything up. Monsoon gonna disengage from that. Pobelter is going to go into X-Shepherd, but there is the Whirling Axis as well. And the Ignite. Oh, it's not enough as X-Shepherd will live through that one. Bubba and Fragnatic are gonna try to hold this turret for their team, but it does not look like it's long for this world.
Wow, X-Shepherd pops 2 potions on its way back to the fountain. Meanwhile, in that top lane, Panzer Dragon Tofu Shift taking down the secondary turret. This is absolutely mental split pushing. Ability to just completely counter out Curse at every push. It is 6 to 9, and no, those numbers are not connecting. I think the biggest thing to watch out for Curse Academy is they gotta stop getting split pushed out. I mean, they just lost the secondary turret mid. You're talking about Jayce taking down that secondary turret top lane. I mean, that's cool, or in the middle lane.
Yeah,
it's cool and everything, but 4 turrets down. Curse Academy are looking to contest this dragon, but it's looking good for RXG.
Yep, and now we can see the Dragon going in favor of RxG unless it does get stolen away. Nope, Smite's going to take that one. Panzer Dragon is looking to turn on this. There's a nice equalizer as well as a stand aside. Tofu Shift flashing in, going to get completely bursted out. Rux is going to pick up the kill on Panzer Dragon, but Shepard is going to pick up the kill on Rux in response. Captain Tran is chasing after this one with Fragnetic and Pobelter in back. Looks like Fragnetic's going to sacrifice himself, but it might not be enough as Bobadub is running away. They are trying to chase away at this one. Pobelter and Altec are in the charge. There is the acceleration gate. Tornado not going to connect, and they might try to slide through the wall. Pobelter, can you do this? Gaze, Shock Blast is going to try.
Pobelter, please.
Oh, the minions! The minions are in the way. Oh, okay, not going to connect. Looks like they're going to be able to live through this one. And Dragon in favor of RxG, but at the cost of 3 people for 1.
Man, minions are OP. It's just completely staying out that bottom lane. If they hadn't showed up, those would have been some epic snipes coming out from Pobelter, but unfortunately unable to make it happen. Just going to back on off for now. It's now 9-10, about a 4,000 gold advantage for RxG, who are down 2 kills to start the game.
Yeah, that was really a good turnaround from RxG, but Curse Academy never out of this one. They're only down by about 3.5k right now and doing a good job of keeping their heads up and turning on these fights. They just came out with 3 kills after that Dragon, and they're in no way feeling down from this.
All right, well, just to look at like the overall strategies, we were talking about the team compositions. It's very AoE centric for Cursed Academy. They're looking to force team fights, but with all the split pushing going on, Reality Check have just been kind of countering out the team composition from the very get-go. Turning things around in the bottom lane, forcing pressure all across the map. Now looking to make plays even inside the Cursed Academy jungle. This is kind of off limits for basically the entire team.
Yeah, and look at they're camping this push. They're pinging like, all right, guys, wait. They're gonna have to defend Kennen pushing. If we can surprise anybody, get a 4-on-1 and just blow them up and go take the tier 2 bot tower, or they might actually try to flank on Janna and Jayce right now. Oh, Pobelter actually might run into them. The fear is gonna come out. No, a good tornado coming out from Atomic and denying that. No, Bubbledub might be done yet. No, gets tailwinded. There is the acceleration gate. There's the equalizer actually slowing everybody. Panzer Dragon gonna use the ulti too, but a nice snipe from the whirling axe is gonna come out. X-Shepherd gonna use the ultimate on Panzer Dragon and dies in exchange for that one. But the slicing Maelstrom coming out from Tofu Shift gonna try to take anybody out that he can. He's trying to chase down Captain Tran, but will get kited. Altec is gonna help Pobelter get the double kill out of that one. Fragnetic is the last one to survive. It looks like a 4 for 2, as they might still chase after him, but that strut is active. He's got the extra movement speed. Pobelter may try to lay down the gate right now. Does get the shock blast. It does connect. They know Fragnetic's still there. Pobelter is still chasing. Goes into that hammer stance. Gonna maybe dive on this one. Drops the ward. Nope. Alright, gonna let him get away, but Fragnetic is the only one to survive his team, going 4 for 2, and Curse Academy is happy after that one.
Yeah, a nice team fight to just caught them a little bit out of position, and the engage was absolutely massive, blowing up Bubba. He's been the one to initiate the last few team fights for Reality Check. Without him in there, not going to be able to do that.
Oh man, I thought they were going to try to 3-shot him or something like that. But Panzer Dragon is leading the charge right now. He does get crit. Oh, that damage coming out from Altec. And the whirling axes with that Bloodthirster and pickaxe. He's going to pick up a Last Whisper fairly soon with that one and dish out so much more damage than the Misfortune can do right now. And he's going to steal away their blue buff.
Man, the balance of power just keeps shifting between these two teams. You saw it just a few minutes ago, Reality Check camping out, placing all those pink wards, that ward coverage in the bottom at Cursed Academy jungle. And Cursed Academy is just like, I don't think you understand the meaning of the word dumb way. It's pushing them out back to their own base. And I gotta say, Reality Check are kind of reeling from that one. Back to their own base and are able to pick up some decent itemization, but they are definitely needing some, I don't know, they only need to like, get together, go for the next one of these team fights, because they have a somewhat of a team fight advantage if they can get Fiddlesticks to be as effective as he has been all game.
Yeah, and speaking of being effective, he bought that Oracles and is clearing out the wards as much as possible, so trying to give his team some kind of vision. And it is the 20-minute point, and Baron is still not as contested as it usually is towards the late game, but it's still an option for either team right now, as they are going to go try to clear out the wards with the Oracles Bubba did acquire.
Yeah, the Oracle is actually going to be really, really huge, and you can see all the pink wards around here. This guy Bubba is doing work, not just from the perspective of being a support, but also the ward coverage, just not only placing it but denying it. Now Atomic N going to try to undo his hard work.
Yeah, that's pretty scumbag. Just come in with an Oracles, kill the wards that they just placed, and it's going to go into the Baron Pit with that one. Clear that out, as we do have Draven's ultimate is going to go clear the bot lane, and we do have everybody from the side of Reality Check going to go in and undo the work that Atomic N just did. Oh, he flashes through the wall. There is the fear coming out, the silence as well. Panzer Dragon, Tofu Shift following up. Atomic N is going to get taken down by Panzer Dragon, and he's going to keep chasing him. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it, and that is the Oracles down, and that is 100% what they wanted.
Oracle's down, but Ward's in place. That means unless you want to go clear out the entire Baron area, looking like more pushing coming in from Reality Check Gaming. Gonna push down that bottom lane and possibly even rotate towards the mid. They need to accomplish something. It looks like they are going to go for the Ward clear.
Yep, and they actually might try to bait out this Baron if they just want to try to be very patient and sit down after denying all the vision. We'll see if our Reality Check Gaming does do that. They walk by that ward in the middle bush. So hard to spot out, I guess. Bubba didn't want to walk in there. And yeah, everybody just going to play this one passive as it looks like Fragnetic's getting initiated on. There's the Cataclysm and the Equalizer, and Altec's going to pick up that kill. Altec has that red pot active. Going to try to cut away Tofu Shift, but it looks like he gets that ultimate from Kayle right there, does survive for most of it, and the fear as well to Altec. He's going to be taken down. Oh man, Tofu Shift making a great play and great support from X Shepherd right there as Bubba actually going to run into Captain Tran on the side. Oh, Shock Blast damage going to come out and poke him away. But they just went 2 for 1 in exchange for Fragnetic on the side of Reality Check Gaming, and that was in their favor.
Both teams trading back and forth so evenly. Notice that it was tied up at, well, almost tied up in kills, almost tied up in turrets. Gold count only about a couple thousand difference at 20 minutes. That's not actually the most severe. You can see double burn items from Panzer Dragon running all over the map. 6-4 at 8, having a huge presence here in this game. 14 out of 15 kills.
Yeah, and still, it's fairly even. It's only about 2.3k gold at this point, and Baron is still highly contested as there is another pink ward from Atomic End going on down there. And Dragon looks like it's the next objective for Reality Check Gaming.
Yeah, I don't think Vayne was banned to start the game, but it's going to be a Dragon attempt here for no one even in the area from Curse Academy. They've exchanged the red-pink wards for blue-pink wards as they've kind of reclaimed their jungle. Look at this ward coverage for Curse Academy. It's just absolutely incredible all over their jungle.
Yeah, and just covering up every option of entrance, but Panzer Dragon can still walk through that one because he is Evelyn. The stealth is not revealed by those green wards, so we'll see if they can use that one or just keep guarding Bubba and letting him clear the wards.
Yeah, Bubba been doing a really good job. Definitely gotten his money's worth from that Oracles, and with some of the changes in the patch later on tonight, 2.9, will be able to give us 3.9. There we go, because it's season 3. 3.9 is going to change the way that Oracles and ward clearing works. So Bubba would actually be even richer in that case. But as is Curse Academy pushing down the middle lane. The acceleration. Panzer Dragon going in.
Yeah, he hits a 4-person ult. Monsoon is forced to disengage that one. There is the ultimate coming out from Kayle. Demacia is going to land on top of Fragnetic and Shepherd trying to keep him in there, but it's not enough. Panzer Dragon is going in by himself, though. Altec's going to pick up that kill. They are still chasing this one. RXG is fairly healthy with Tofu Shift sitting on the side, getting spot out by that pink ward, but there is Rux coming in from the behind. He has that equalizer up. He might try to turn this fight around as everybody from Curse Academy is sticking around at this turret besides Altec. Actually, no, he stopped that back. He's going to go in. Rux is sitting behind them, coming from behind. Equalizer hitting 2 members. There is the harpoons coming out. Rux is fitting in 1v4 right now. Going to get taken out. Yep, there it is. Except we're going to pick up that kill. Tofu Shift forcing the flash out of Altec. Bubba is diving that tower, eating a lot of damage. But the Ryze from Tofu Shift is going to slow down Altec and pick up that kill. And they just went 2 for 1 as Panzer Dragon's death was not in vain. And RXG is going to be happy with that exchange. Oh, Bobalter actually just got a nice shot onto Bubba with that acceleration shock blast combination.
Man, that was pretty impressive. You picked the wrong bush to go back in, but even still, RXG continue forcing these fights. And to be honest, Fiddlesticks is kind of their good luck charm. If he goes in, if he gets off a nice ultimate, games just goes their way. And honestly, he doesn't even have that much AP. It's just sort of like the Fiddle ult effect, where you're just like, I probably shouldn't be here anymore. And even Panzer Dragon with some pretty manly engages went in a little bit too hard, but the idea that you can build so high damage, so squishy, and go for those engages that just get Kayle ulted is a really strong combo here for RXG.
Yeah, and the way they're following up these fights and the way that this Kennen is built, as well as the Evelyn, they have so much damage coming out. And even the Kayle, she built Lichbane with a Nashor's Tooth, and with the new passive that they added to it, it's activating for so much extra AP with that Lichbane in combination. So we'll see what they can do to counteract this on the side of Curse Academy. They have an Abyssals up there, they have the Bulwark as well, and Pobalter has a seriously good build coming out with a lot of armor pen, and even Draven right now, he's got that last whisper, he's going to build an IE with that next pickaxe.
Alright, yeah, Draven's starting to scale up there. You can see very similar build choices for both teams. The only difference is it's a Brutalizer on Misfortune, so going for a much more standard Misfortune build that we used to see a while ago. Over double armor penetration, just making sure that her ultimate hurts as much as possible.
Yep, and being able to get a fully channeled bullet time with, let's say she gets a Black Cleaver with that Brutalizer, it's going to be completely deadly for their team. And Curse Academy is going to have to respond to that one. And Pobelter needs to start hitting more Shock Blast combinations and getting his team to initiate with that one. We'll see if they can end up doing it. There it goes, connecting on the Shepherd, just going to heal that one right away. And Panzer Dragon is sneaking behind. Those Green Wards do not see him right now. He might try to start this next fight. There are pings going down. He's going to go in. Panzer Dragon is going to get a nice ultimate on 3 members. Captain Tran, they're going to try to go in. Tofu Shift is going to use the ultimate. The Slicing Mushroom hitting everybody. Cataclysm gets 3 members in it, but it's just not enough. Fragnetic is going to get chased down by Rux and taken down, but it looks like Altec gets the room he needs to get and gets the kill onto Bubblezub, as Panzer Dragon is the next target for that one, gets taken down by Pobelter, and the only one to survive. That is X-Shepherd with the double buff. The Shock Blast is not going to come out. They're going to chase with that acceleration gate, switches to Hammer Stance, going to choose to clear the wave, not chase any further, and this could be an inhibitor or an inhibitor turret, most likely.
Yeah, I gotta say, Curse Academy have kind of figured things out. It's like, wait a second, that's the combo we need to avoid. Baited out the engages are almost from Panzer Dragon, kited around the Kennen, and then just so much damage. Altec in the back. This guy is absolutely crushing base's first inhibitor. Will go over to Curse Academy.
Yeah, that's going to be a really big confidence boost, and now that that inhibitor is down, like we saw last game, we are going to most likely see the Baron pressure as the Super Minions will be spawning in that mid lane. And no blue buff there for Pobelter to just steal with that Shock Blast, unfortunately.
Alright, yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Shen, though, or not Shen, but X-Shepherd, rather, in the mid lane, has that completed boost of swiftness on top of Lich Bane and Nashor's Tooth, so getting some additional movement speed and going for those auto attack damage. I mean, it's a cool build. I'm just not really sure it's going to be necessarily on par with either Rux's Rumble or the massive damage coming out from Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Muramana, Brutalizer on to Jayce.
Yeah, Jayce is a monster right now. And he could potentially do 3-shot damage towards Panzer Dragon and towards Fragnetic. They're fairly squishy right now, and Bubba. I'm just noticing that the side of RxG is really squishy.
And you can really tell, especially from Panzer Dragon, that he's relying on getting that Kayle ultimate when he goes in. He's going to have a Zhonya's eventually. That will not be for a very long while. Fragnetic in some small amount of danger.
Some small amount? What are you talking about? He just gets completely blown up. And Legendary Pobelter, he's 10-1. He is a dominating force in this team. Jayce is just so strong right now. And just going to keep pressuring us, so the turret Shock Blast not going to connect. And it's going to force all of RxG to back off from where they were split pushing. And Curse Academy going to be looking fairly dominant for this next team fight, as they did just pick off Fragnetic and have 25 seconds to push into this base. Or Baron.
I was going to say, or Baron is right. Word coverage doesn't really matter. We can just go ahead and kill it. The only problem is Baron, often referred to as the noob trap. So you don't necessarily want to keep running in there over and over again. Captain Tran going to try to bait this out. All of Curse Academy running into the pit.
Yep, but it looks like everybody is playing fairly safe. There's a ward over the wall from Atomic N. Bubba is going to drop a pink and a green ward as well. Oh, they're going to turn into this one. Shock Blast is not connected. Knock-in is not connected as well. And Panzer Dragon is going to try to zone off Altec. He gets the ultimate from Kayle. There is the Curl Storm coming in from behind. Panzer Dragon picks up the kill. They're going to follow this one on Altec. He's going to try to run away, but the hate spike's coming out. Monster's going to disengage Panzer Dragon. Altec is in the back, throws out the Whirling Depth, and gets picked up by it as it does come back to Draven. And now they are pinging down onto Fragnetic, possibly, as we do have Jarvan coming out from the side. Captain Tran might try to fight this one or turn this one around. Pobelter is there. He's going to get flanked, though. Nope, going to escape through the golems and get away with this one, as we do have Fragnetic going back to defend the base. Actually, we do have Kennen getting initiated on, and Pobelter is chasing this one away. Does hit the Shock Blast, flashes through it, gets the auto attack. Muramana is going to be dishing out so much damage, takes down Tofu Shift right there. And now Baron could be going in favor of Curse Academy, as there are 2 still dead for RxG.
Yeah, I don't really think anything's going to be around to stop Curse Academy other than just, like, maybe themselves. I mean, Miss Fortune's there. She can't ult over the wall. Fragnetic in the area, but Monsoon's up for Janna, so she can just ult her away.
Shepherd's going to use that Divine Intervention on himself. There's a fear on Altec. He's going to take a bunch of damage. Pobelter's still legendary, 12-1 right now. And they're going to continue to go for Dragon. There's the bullet time. Captain Dragon getting taken down by Baron. And Altec going to eat a bunch of damage from that one as well. Strut is active for Fragnetic. Not going to choose to chase on that one. Pobelter actually going to turn around on this one. May try to go find Shepherd. No. All right, they're going to play this one safe and let them get away. And really good play by Fragnetic using that bullet time.
I was going to say, awesome job by RxG stopping that from going down. I mean, he did lose a turret in the meantime, but Baron rather, is still up, not taken away by Curse Academy. And with their the presence that they've had on the map in the last few minutes, that's a pretty impressive feat to accomplish.
Yeah, and with the mid inhibitor down as well, they defended it perfectly. They got the wave pushed back out and are going to keep pushing this one out with the Super Minions to delay them for a little bit. RxG doing a phenomenal job holding this one, and Curse Academy pressuring that Baron. I don't think that was the right idea.
Yeah, it may possibly have required a little bit of additional thought at the end of that decision-making process. But when you look at the way that the game is going, Curse Academy had an early advantage. RXG just completely snowballed things afterwards, but now is where Curse Academy's team composition really shines. You have Rumble Ultimates just being so huge, 12, 1, and 10 Jayce. The young Altec, though, definitely making a name for himself here.
Yeah, and Pobel's on the Jayce is doing a great job in the mid lane, and showing the power of Jayce. That Black Cleaver just shredding away at the armor, as well as the Last Whisper helping out with that one. Miramana just giving his auto attack so much extra damage. And now we're having everybody group up towards this Baron. Once again, they're going to have that Oracle's going to drop a ward over by Captain Tran. Pink ward dropped at the red buff. There are pings on that. They might try to go for this.
I think they're actually going to try to bait things out. Curse Academy just waiting across the wall.
Woo! That Shock Blast is going to hit the red buff instead of anybody, so they should thank the Lizard for that one. But pings going up all over the place. Atomic End and Bubba warding at the same time. Both have their oracles. And Curse Academy knows that they have the Super Minion in this mid wave. So they are just allowing it to push and keep pressuring Baron. As Atomic End clearing the ward, they might go into this one. Panzer Dragon is going to go chase after Atomic End, but the team of Curse Academy is doing Baron. Is getting fairly low right now. They might try to go into this one. Oh, Bubba is going to channel the Crow Storm. Going to not hit anybody with that one. He's going to go in the back. Flashes in. Gets the Divine Intervention. There is the Celestial Maelstrom getting disengaged nicely by Atomic into that Monsoon. But Altec is going to pick up the kill on the Bubble Dubbing. Zonia is coming out from Token Ship. Bullet Time going to be able to do a ton of damage to Curse Academy. Captain Trey getting taken down, forced to flash over the wall. It looks like Kennen picked up the kill onto Altec as well. And Ragnetic might not be done with Pobalt. He's going to turn on this one. There's the extra attack coming out. There he's going to jump on him. Takes him out with the E. Going to hammer him in the face. Pobalt is going to keep that legendary on his spree. And look really strong with that Baron. While it looks like we have Kennen defending up against Captain Tran. Going to go in. He's got that red buff. Ryze chasing after Captain Tran. There is the Reckoning coming out and all the damage as he's not long for this world. He will fall. And we do have Pobalter going in onto that mid lane. The inhibitor is still getting trounced down by that Super Minion, but they are going to be able to hold this one and kill most of the players with Baron on Curse Academy.
Apparently this is the new move speed Kayle build, as you will now see a Zephyr, Swiftness Boots, Nashor's Tooth, and a Lichbane. 3 out of 4 of those items giving you some pretty crazy movement speed. X-Shepherd will be sitting at 446 movement speed, just passively, even without throwing down that Divine Blessing.
Wow, that's a pretty interesting build. It's like hybrid Kayle pretty much at this point. Well, he's got the extra 80 from the Zephyr. He's got the movement speed from the Swiftest Boots, and then the active from Lichbane. So pretty strong idea.
I don't know. It's definitely an idea. We'll see how strong it is here in the next upcoming team fights. He's going to be auto attacking incredibly fast. X-Shepherd sitting with a passive 1.6, almost 1.7 attacks per second. Definitely going to be kind of the highest in the game, I believe. Altec though only sitting with 1.2.
Well, when he activates the W ability, that Blood Rush, I think it is, he will be able to get the extra attack speed and movement speed, as well as the refresh when he catches the X, too.
No, well, it's only a 40% movement speed, or 40% attack speed, 60% increased movement speed. Let's just see if that's enough.
We'll see as Panzer Dragon does get sniped out on that bush. He didn't get spotted by the ward, but that Shock Blast did force him to reveal himself and back out. And now we see Curse Academy pressuring this inhib.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to go in sooner rather than later, because when you look at the way things are, Roughnecks, or not Roughnecks, but RXG, Tofu Shift waiting around the side, can go in. Panzer Dragon looking for the engage as well.
Poelter's going to actually run into Tofu Shift right now. A lot of damage, gets stunned. There's the ultimate coming out from Panzer Dragon. No, doesn't even have time. Gets blown up. Tofu Shift stunning everybody, but Atomic End going to fall. There is a nice Zonia's coming out, but he's not long for this world, as it does look like Fragnetic got picked off, as well as Pobalter taking out Bubba Dub, and he's going to take down Tofu Shift. Double kill as Rux is going to zone out and take down X-Shepherd. And with 40 seconds left in the timers, is this going to be game? Captain Tran fairly low, Rux fairly low. Altec's going to be able to lifesteal just a little bit with Pobalter. And it looks like they might try to end this game or go for the bot inhibitor.
Yeah, this is going to be game over. 40-second death timers are down, and at 35 minutes, an incredibly close game after an epic level 1. This will be our last game of the day. Curse Academy taking down RXG 32-27.
Yeah, and that was a phenomenal way to end the night. We saw Curse Academy take an early lead. We saw RXG fight back for that one and try to get back into that. So really, really epic games overall today. That was Great.
I mean, we can't leave the broadcast without doing a little bit of a recap of the games that we saw today. I mean, we started things off, like I keep mentioning, with a pretty epic matchup. It was a rematch of MLG. It was FXO versus Complexity. It did not disappoint. FXO actually did go ahead, take the win, and take down that series.
Yep, and then we had the second game of the day going to Team Summon versus Aware Gaming. That was a pretty back and forth game. Actually, excuse me, I have the games mixed up.
No, it was actually Aware. They did actually, they were so close. They were down like 10,000 gold and still pushing around Team Summon, who actually inevitably did turn things around and take the game.
Yep, and then we had Tower.tv go up against Wasabi Gaming in another 40-minute game, and Wasabi Gaming held out, pushed back at the end of the game after losing about 5 inhibs in total in that whole entire game, showing us that if you have the resolve, there's a will, there's a way, and they can come back. And then Reality Check Gaming going up against Curse Academy, taking that one for themselves.
All right, so if you guys are interested in any of this esports coverage, you can check out mcsesports.com. It's where you can find info on all the teams, matches, casters, everything going on. Check out exactly where your teams stand in the 7-week season. Do make sure to go ahead and follow us not only at our website, but also on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at MCS Esports. You can also check out not only our thread on Reddit, which I'll go ahead and throw in the chat, but also make sure to go ahead and head over onto our YouTube channel. Is where you can find VODs for every single one of the games today. And if you like the broadcast, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. It helps us bring you guys all this wonderful content. And I hope you've enjoyed.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention this, but there is also going to be $1,200 in giveaways. There is going to be Fatality headsets as well as power supplies being given out to subscribers. The power supplies are to be given out as 5, as well as the headsets. There's 5 headsets to be given out to followers of the stream, but subscribers get the option to get 5 power supplies in total being given out for a total of $1,200 in giveaways for this channel. So be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe, as Rapid was saying before.
All right, well, that's going to do it for today's broadcast. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the MCS Mobafire Challenger Series coverage. This is week 1, day 2. We'll be coming back for you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST. So make sure to stick around, tune in. I want to thank you guys for watching.